Hi everyone, and my name is Jonatas, and welcome to the Spring 2022 Bootcamp for Start 2023. Mm, The purpose of the bootcamp is to give you information about resources that are available for your class that can help you succeed, and also to preview the the topic that will be covered during the first weeks of class, so you're not strange to them. And for that, let's go ahead and share my screen with you. And let's start with the resources. For resources, we have handouts, we have bookmarks with formulas of extra practices worksheets, and review videos. We also have 3 reviews per semester for the stats 2023, and the final review. That means 4 reviews available for you to take advantage of them. That can help you, take advantage of that can help you succeed. We also provide calculator assistance and StatCrunch assistance. The calculator assistance, I will show you in the next slide what it looks like. And also StatCrunch is a tool incorporated in your Person View account. And this account will be provided by, according to your instructor instruction. And you may have to buy a code, and this code for your homework, and you will find the StatCrunch in it. But I would give you some hint about using it as well. Let's take a look of what we have here in the Learning Common Resources. And let's look at the resources. Our class is a mathematics class, and we click on math, and we look for STA 2023. And those are the resources that we have available for you. And if you're working at home late night and you don't have nobody with you and you can just click on this, go to the website and click on the resources, and you will see many handouts that can help you according to what you're working on. And let's go back to, if we have things that we can help with, we have also the things that we cannot help with. And like if you have a take-home quiz, if you have a take-home test, we cannot help with that. We have to be on your own for that. If you miss a class as well, we don't do supplemental instruction. You have to go to your instructor office hours first, and after you get exposed to this material, you can come back here. A tutor will be available for you. Let's go to the class preview. The course preview, it's start with introduction of data, visualization, variation, and numerical data. And we have numerical summaries of center and variation, and the empirical work. And for the introduction of data, and we know stat is kind of collecting and treating the data and to analyze any phenomenon. That's what we have. That the main point of taking this class, and that in data is the main point to have. And we also categorize the data into 2 parts. We have 2 types instead. We have categorical data, and we have quantitative data. And any data that we can any piece of data that we can add with a meaning, subtract with a meaning is numerical or quantitative. And any pieces of data that we cannot, when we add and subtract, we doesn't have a meaning, it's not meaningful. That means it's a categorical data. Like categorical data could be the gender, it could be the nationality, and for quantitative data, we can say age, the weight, and anything that use number, but for which addition and subtraction made for. And if we take, for example, the social security, if we add to social security, we don't have any meaning. If you subtract them, no meaning. That means it's even though they use numbers, it's not a numerical data. It's not a quantitative data. It is a qualitative data because it identifies someone. Same thing for zip code. And numerical visualization, variation, and numerical data. And this one you will be exposed by to that by your instructors, but it's just using graphic that take this data and use graph with them, and you can analyze variation and by using mostly the histogram. Numerical summaries of center and variation. And we have a simple problem that we're going to work on. That will allow us to find a way to apply this one and make you have the center, the measure of center, the measure of variation in this one. And the empirical rule will be also exposed by to that one by your instructors. But it's just rule that they call 68, 95, 99.7, and that's what it is. And you will see how much information you have between each part, and but it will be easy, but to work on with the help of your instructor, and to come here as well in the learning comment, we'll be helping with you with that. And before we solve this problem, and let's go to the calculator. This is the recommended calculator, TI-84, TI-83. And first of all, what we have 5 main keys that we going to use the most here. And of course, that's why we try to emphasize on them. The first one is stats, but I start with this one. And the second function is very important that you know any calculator has a couple of functions, and the smallest number of functions is 2, the first and the second one. And the first function can be you can access it through the main keys. The keys over here give you the function. So if you need something, the first function, just type the keys. But if on top of each key you have a blue instruction, this blue instruction is the second function that you can access through this key. And that's why whenever you have to go to the second function, to the instruction in blue, you have to hit the second function to access it. For example, to access the graph, a statistic graph, and to choose a statistic graph, you use stat plot. Stat plot is just second and the y equal, and you get to the stat plot. And same, now you're done with those things, but we're going to talk about this one as well, the zoom stat. If you graph it, you have to use the zoom stat, choose the zoom stat, because if you don't use the zoom stat by pressing on zoom and select zoom stat, you won't be able to see in the graph, you might not be able to see in the graph what you want to see, because if you display other information like the scale is too big and so on, or too small, that means to have the right one, use zoom start. And the start, yes, the main one, and is to enter list. If you have a list of information, that's where you have to go. You go to start, and we see that you go to edit to put it in and calculate statistics. That's what we do over here. And the last one we're going to talk about in the calculator is the vars key, but we will be using mostly the distribution, which is the second function, and you use it to access probability distribution. In this class, you mainly have to deal with the normal distribution. And let's see how we solve this problem using this calculator. Okay. And remember, we have to hit the start button whenever we have to start. So to start putting data in with the start function and edit. Those are the two functions that we use to put that data in the list. This is right here, and you have the list. And when you click on start, and it display edit card test, and choose edit to put data in, and the third one will display the list and the calculator, and you just choose one of them and you put the information in. But if the list one is available, I prefer to use this one instead of order. And the third one, since we finished with putting data in, what we have to do is to go back to start and use, instead of edit this time, we go to calculate, because we're going to calculate the statistic that we need. And now, when you click on start, it displays 1 var, 2 var start, and so on. But since we work on summaries, either 1 and 2 will be okay. In this case, since we have only one variable, we'll use 1 var start. If we had 2 variables, we'll use 2 var start and 1 var start. And we already have everything in this one. And this one is calculate over here. And we hit on calculate, and it will display all the information we have here. And let's try to use the calculator that we have here and look at a live version of that. Let's stop sharing this one and share the calculator. All right. All right. And let me clear everything here. I already did something on it. And as we said, we have to start at start. Okay. This is start. We have edit, calc, and test. I press enter on number 1 to put the data in. In this case, I already have them in. That's 9, 11, and what I did is just put 9, enter, 11, enter, 12, enter, so on until I reach to the last one. And now, having the data in, I go back to start. And this time, I have to go to calculate. Calculate will display 1 var, 2 vars, and so on. And we do in summary, that means we use either 1 var or 2 var. In this case, that will be 1 var because it's one variable. And as I press enter on it. And since everything in this one, that's why I said I prefer to have everything in this one if this one is available, because we will have to change the list. But if it was in list 2, we just have to press and list 2, that would be a second function, the blue, and number 2 will give you the list 2. Okay, in this case, since it's in this one, and it's pop up by default, and I put this one back. Okay, And frequency, you don't have frequency, and calculate. And here is the answer, and that we can interpret. That means the average or the mean goal per cycle per year in this case was 16.5. And we have a standard deviation of 5.6 as a sample. And we have a minimum, the number of information, pieces of information we have is 12. This is the sample size. And we have the minimum is 9. And we have Q1, which is 25%, the first 25% of data from this is between 9 and 12.5. And the median, which is this is where 50%, that means we have 50% between 9 and 15.5, and you have the other 50% between the 15.5 and the maximum, which is 30. And Q2 is 75, same way to look at it. And the max is 30. You have all the information here, and this is how it works with the calculator. Let's go back to this slide. And we finished with that one, calculator tips, and let's go to the StatConch. StatConch works when we just press on it and just open the first one here. And the first one, it is like if you have data that can be transferred from your homework to that one, you just press it, it populate over here. But in this case, we had to put the data in. It's like just 9 enter like you did for the calculator. And when you finish with that, we go to start. You see, we have all the function on the top. We go to start. And we use summary because they ask us for the summaries. The summaries are mean, median, and standard deviation. So, and now summary will ask you if you have the data in row or in column. In this case, we have the in column, you choose column. And now we go to the next one here. And we have to choose, since you say it's in column, choose the column name. In this case, the column name is goal scored. And we just choose goal scored, it just goes over here. And here we're going to look to choose the statistic we have to calculate. And mean, X bar, and we just click on everything here in the API over here. And we click on compute. And the third table here will display all the information. First, for example, we have 12 pieces of data. The mean was 16.5. And the standard deviation was 5.6, and so on, Q1, Q3. And here is a preview of what your first week of class will look like. And let's talk now about this other services that resources available. We have library checkout, we have laptops, webcams. This one is done on the first one, first serve base. That means you have to come early if you need one. You have free teach cleaning that at the dental hygiene building. You have free mental health counseling. This is done at the TPP building. And it is important also if you could just stop by the learning comment, you will meet with a success coach, and the success coach can walk you through what you need as well. Talon's Market is a free on-campus marketplace, so we welcome and get some free meal. And student resource center, so you can just click on this link and you will find other resources available. Now, after we finish with that, let's see what you get. Which set of steps complete an entry in a list? I give you a few seconds. Okay. I think you say the entry should be with edit. We always start with start, but edit we give us that the number 2 is the answer. And the second question, which set of steps will display the start summary, mean, median, standard deviation? Give you a few seconds again. Okay, I think you come up with number 2 again. Start, calc, and what for starts? Because edit doesn't work with calc at the same time because they have the same label. And we never start with calc. We start with start. And that means the best one is start, calc, plus one variable. And if you have any question, you can still go to the learning comment page and we see the number. You can call us and we have a number here. So it's 850-201-1893 or 8193, and you have the learning comment at tcc@fs. You can also email so we can get back to you if you need some more information. Here is a survey, and that will be sent to you if you need to tell us about what you get from this one and what was your takeaway for the questions, and we will appreciate that. Have a good afternoon.